Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my continuing series of the box sets, my collection of the box sets that I have. And this is episode number 4. I've moved to the counter, so I've been on the couch, but it was a little bit awkward, and I needed an extra hand free because, especially with these bulky, bigger box sets, so I came to the counter. So this is a new shooting location, so let's see how it works out. So let's get started. First up is the Witchcraft collection. So this was released in 2025. Couldn't find an exact date. Nonetheless, yeah, so the Witchcraft collection, I've reviewed this online, this entire series. It's a horrible series, but just like Amityville, my Amityville collection, I'm a glutton for punishment and a completionist too. So I just had to have the entire series. So I had the original 10 films, eight or nine films on VHS, and then I had to complete the collection. So I picked this up. So I don't think this was limited. It's not numbered as such, but it basically contains Witchcraft 10 to 17, which is the latest release. It was just recently released. You can see, kind of signed it here. That's kind of funny. So in this one, it has this invasion of the Empire of the Apes. So this was kind of like a throw-in, I guess. There we go. And we had Witchcraft 10, Mistress of the Craft, uncut. They're all on Blu-ray, obviously. 11, Sisters in Blood, the director's cut. Reissued artwork, I guess, for this. This isn't the original artwork. 12, in the Lair of the Serpent. 13, director's cut. Blood of the Chosen. 14, Angel of Death, uncut. 15, Blood Rose. 16, Hollywood Coven. And then the last one is the newest one, which is 17. Actually, he signed it too, which is kind of interesting. And that's it. So, yeah, like I said, the movies aren't great, but again, I want it to be a completionist, and this is a pretty cool box set. I mean, it's not the craftsmanship isn't great. It's obviously it's pretty flimsy in that, but they did a decent enough job with it. So, and that was the back too. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next one. All right, so moving on. So next up is the Rambo, the complete steelbook collection. Now, just a note in terms of my collection style. So I collect for the love of collecting. I see something, it's cool looking, I want to have it in the collection to display it, and it's never a monetary thing. It's something that I can resell or anything like that. Now, other people exclusively do that and are very picky in particular, and you know what? Whatever floats your boat, right? That's perfectly fine. But for me, it's trying to acquire something, maybe get it at a much reduced price, just to enjoy it and just to have it. So, and I preface this because sometimes when you acquire something, it's not in the best condition. So you kind of save in one sense, and you actually acquire the item, but at the same time, there's a price to be paid with something that's not complete or not intact, so to speak. So, well, you'll understand why. So this is a really cool collection, which features the 5 Rambo films, of course. And this was released on October 27th of 2020. And this is stupid expensive online. Now, I was able to acquire this because it's not in perfect condition. There's some scratches, some dents, because it's a tin. And of course, here is the biggest thing here. You'll see the little crunch here, the crease here, and yeah, this is probably dropped or took a beating or something or other. But You know what though? It doesn't matter. This is a really, really cool collection. Nothing really on the bottom. And that's the top there. Really, really cool collection that I wanted to acquire. So we'll look at the steel books here. The steel books actually themselves are not in bad condition. They're pretty decent. Some nice scenes. Really good stuff. There's the inside. Oops. That's First Blood Part 2, Rambo First Blood Part 2. Cool artwork. Actually, it has the Blu-rays as well. Part 3. Really nice. Part 4. Which is just Rambo, so they kind of got away from the numbering. And then Last Blood. Really good. It was actually a really good movie. All of the movies are enjoyable. Love the series. Love the Rambo is such an John Rambo is such an iconic character. There's talk about kind of rebooting the series, but nonetheless, this was a really cool collection that I wanted to get. Again, it's not perfect, but you know what? It doesn't matter for me. And that's and again, it's for the love of collecting, right? But yeah, it's really nice, amazing box set. So that's Rambo. So let's move on to the next one. Next up is the Viavision Silent Night, Deadly Night parts 1 and 2 box set. This was a pretty cool box set that was released on December 10th of 2025. Really nice, and this is just the card that was on the plastic packaging. There's some information there. Yeah, so this was a pretty nice collection. The movies are cool. Part 2 is just basically a rehash of part 1 for half of it, for the majority of it, and then it's kind of new material near the end. But this is a really nice, solid, sturdy box, and it has all kinds of good stuff in here. Some pictures and stuff like that. Posters. Whole whack of different posters. Pretty crazy. Let's see. It's got a little comic there, and it's got I think the script or some notes about it, technical notes, and then we have the disc itself, which is kind of lenticular, which is awesome, and they also threw in the VHS as well, which is kind of cool, throwback kind of look, which is neat. Really good stuff. So I know I was saying earlier, but about collecting and stuff like that, and obviously I'm not trying to justify myself. I'm just making the point that you know if and this is my free advice, and if you want to collect something, you know what, don't get too caught up in the quality or the condition of it. Obviously, unless it's in pieces, maybe that's a different story. But I mean, if it's relatively okay, and you just want to have the collection, hey, have at it, right? That's what I say. Sometimes we get caught up in condition, and we'll spend so much time and effort with condition that we'll never acquire something that's perfect, right? So that's my free advice for newer collectors out there, for sure. But yeah, this is a pretty cool box set. Really nice and really sturdy, and really nothing on the side there, just the side here, but really nice addition. So we'll go to the next one. All right, and continuing on with the theme of Viavision and imprint, we have the Keep box set, which was released on September 10th of 2025. Another solid edition. You got this iron cross here, which is it's pretty stuck anyway. I'm not going to remove it. It's super heavy and hefty. And there's the back. This was directly on the box as opposed to on the packaging. On the side here. Again, very similar to the Silent Night, Deadly Night one. It just slides open like a little tray. And we got this kind of a comic type of thing. Really cool. I guess the script. Really nice. Then we got some more, I guess, pictures. Handbook production information. Pretty nice. And we have this kind of essay or talking about the making of the film. Really cool stuff. And then, of course, the disc itself, lenticular. Really neat. And there's the back as well. And then it's, there it is, 4K there. 4-disc edition. And then I guess, are they images? Yeah, some pictures there. Really cool stuff. The movie, to be honest, it's not fantastic. It's not that great. Kind of interesting. Even Michael Mann kind of disowned the director, kind of disowned the the picture, doesn't talk about it, but it's okay. It's confusing. It's long. It's drawn out. But you know, it is what it is. It was okay. It's nothing special. It's just okay. But this box set was really cool, and definitely something to pick up for sure. Let's go to the next one. Okay, continuing on. Next up, we have the 007 attaché case, which was released on July of 2006, so quite old. And again, this is the theme of this video, where you can acquire something at a good price, but there's a price to be paid with scratches and the finish of the case, unfortunately, has faded over time. It is a 20-year-old item, so it's to be expected. But yeah, so again, it's a briefcase, which is really cool. You open it up, and it's basically the DVD collection up to and including the Brosnan films. So none of the Craig films at the time. So this was a complete collection at the time. And if we look a little bit, you'll see the card, the Ultimate Edition, 3,262 out of 6,000, which is cool. And yeah, so these are the Ultimate Edition DVDs. Really nice. I believe they were all 2-disc. Are we going to go through them? Let's go through them really quick. From Russia with Love. Goldfinger. Love the Sean Connery films. They're all pretty great, except the last one. Thunderball. Good stuff. You Only Live Twice, my favorite. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Lazenby's Only Outing. It's fantastic though. Diamonds Are Forever. Connery's worst outing. And Never Say Never Again, if you count it. It's not part of canon, but Live and Let Die, Roger Moore's debut. Solid. Roger Moore's great. He played it for laughs, and I liked it. Man with the Golden Gun. Spy Who Loved Me. Okay, moving on to the second half here. So we have Moonraker, fun film. For Your Eyes Only, my favorite of the Moore era. Good stuff. Octopussy, another great one. View to Kill, his last film. He gotten pretty old at this point, and still a decent movie. Saw that in the theater, actually. And then we had Dalton with Living Daylights. Timothy Dalton comes back in License to Kill, his last one. He only did 2. And then we got into Pierce Brosnan with Goldeneye. Brosnan was great. Really enjoyed his films. Tomorrow Never Dies. The World Is Not Enough. And lastly, Die Another Day. Probably the worst outing. Yeah, so this was a pretty cool collection. Obviously, you can display it open on a shelf. I don't think you display it closed, but yeah, this was a pretty neat edition, and I was glad I was able to find and acquire it. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, next up is going into some sitcom action. So it's The Love Boat. So again, Imprint Films released the seasons 1 to 4 of The Love Boat. Great series, really fun. What can you say? It was growing up. It was it was the go-to. All the different adventures. So this is the underside and the top. So this is the complete seasons 1 to 4 on a zillion different discs here, and really cool collection. I hope they finish it off and do 5 to 10. It went 10 seasons. It was a lot of episodes for sure, but hopefully they can do it. This is a pretty nice nice addition too. So yeah, so we got the Love Boat. All right, and the last one in the collection. Again, my collection is in general, but even the box sets are very eclectic. So this one reached into my youth, and I had a chance to acquire this, and I jumped on it. So it's the Davey and Goliath 50th anniversary collection, featuring all the 72 episodes and specials. So this was like an anime claymation series that was went way back. But when I was pretty young, they were in reruns at that point, and nothing on the back there. There's the top. And this was kind of like a wholesome, had a little bit of religious undertones and meanings. But this was fun. It was from between 1960 and 1975. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't see it that long ago. I saw it much later, but it was in reruns at that point. But yeah, so basically, it was just I had an opportunity to get this, and this was a fun series. You know what? Had a good meaning and lessons to be learned, through their adventures. Boy and his dog kind of thing. But yeah, this was a really nice collection. It was an opportunity to get it, and I said, why not? You have faint memories of the shows they used to kind of watch and grew up on. So this was kind of cool. This was a Saturday morning kind of thing. They used to throw the odd episode in with all the other cartoons, but yeah, really good stuff. And I didn't even know that this edition was out there. I was just kind of came across it, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I wanna jump on this. So just finishing off here, just the covers and what they look like. These are sealed. I haven't dug into this yet, but yeah, fun stuff. Very short. I think they're like maybe 5-6 minutes each episode, each segment kind of thing. And then the last one here. Yeah, there we go. And it's cool that it came in a case too, so in a box. Not the strongest, but nonetheless. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Yeah, so it's just such a different variety here, and join me on the next one, and we'll do it again. Take care.